It's still a seat there, front row, almost front row. Okay, good. So welcome to Flinders University. Welcome to the College of Science and Engineering. Welcome to Orientation 2023. My name is Ingo Köper. I'm the Associate Dean Learning and Teaching, and I'll be your entertainer for this morning. We'll basically entertain you for an hour, try to give you as much information for you to really succeed over the next 3 to however many years. Not too much, but just a little bit to get you really started. Now, Flinders University, this where we are now, is Ghana land, and we really acknowledge the custodians of this land and appreciate their elders, past, present, and emerging. Flinders is actually teaching and has campuses on various lands of various owners, and we all, or we recognize them all. So what are we going to do today? Well, this is a rough outline of the next 45 to 50 to 55 minutes, depending on how long everybody talks and how much I can keep them in check. So the Dean Education, Professor Rampersad, will give you a little welcome, and then essentially it's tips and tricks for you to survive, for you to thrive at Flinders, because that's what we want. I should also say hello to the other lecture theatre on the other side. There's about another 100 students there. I should say hello to the, let me see, 29 students that join us online. If you have questions in the other lecture theatres, there are wonderful staff members that will collect your questions and feed them over here. If you have questions online, put them in the chat and we'll get to them as well. If you are here, well, you can ask directly. Good. So maybe I'll just hand over to Giselle.
Okay, could you hear me? Yes. Thanks very much for the introduction, Ingo. So I am Giselle, Professor Giselle Rampersad, Dean of Education in the College of Science and Engineering. And looking at my colleagues around the room, you will see your lecturers and course coordinators. I think I talk on behalf of all of us. We are so excited to see you here today. It is our absolute pleasure to welcome you to Flinders University. We are humbled and so glad to be part of your journey as you develop into the future engineers, scientists, computer scientists, cybersecurity experts, and mathematicians of tomorrow. You know, at Flinders University, you will experience state-of-the-art facilities. Here at Tonsley, we built this Tonsley campus in 2015, and it has grown from strength to strength in terms of the industry connections. If you take a walk through the precinct, you will see firms from medical devices to defense to manufacturing to, you know, those of you wearing glasses, Zeiss, they make lenses. You know, it really is a wonderful campus and a hub of innovation. You would also be very welcome to our very beautiful Bedford Park campus. It's a very natural environment, so feel free to jump on the bus across to Bedford Park or go visit there to be part of the bigger Flinders family. But at Flinders, you'll really be supported and set up for success. We have a number of very unique experiences for you in terms of industry experiences. We have a work integrated learning program where you will do a placement or have an industry experience to really set you up for your careers. We have been running our industry placement program since 1993. So over 3 decades, and we have some really deep and strong relationships with industry. I see Engineers Australia here in the room. So, you know, many of their member companies we have worked for a number of years. You would also have research experiences as you really develop and explore, and you have the opportunity to work with our lecturing staff that are really experts in their field. So, you know, you will blossom. You will blossom as, you know, future leader and influencer, because STEM will get you really far. But in addition to the academic experience, you will make friendships here. So when we talk to our alumni after 30 years at Flinders, for instance, you know, they still catch up for meals with their friends that they made here. They still play a game of soccer regularly or tennis and so forth. So we have a number of social clubs and experiences here at Flinders University, from building a solar car. Some of you may have gotten a glimpse of it. It's at Bedford Park today, I believe, for orientation. So you may get involved in building that, or maybe listening to live music at the tavern, you know, but there are a number of social experiences. But I would say to you that you have made a really good choice of choosing engineering, computing, cybersecurity, math, and science for your futures, because STEM is where the leaders and influencers of tomorrow would be. And we have seen it all around. Through COVID, it is the scientists and engineers that were able to discover the vaccines that kept us safe and to make them, to manufacture them. It is the computer scientists that kept us online and developed all sorts of innovative solutions for us to go digital, to work, to study, to do business, to buy things. It is the cybersecurity experts that keep us safe online, and we'll be spending more time online. So we have to be able to do banking safely, our health records to be safe, our work records, our personal details, our children in schools. So, you know, the job market is really ripe for you. It is our scientists who will be solving the wicked problems of tomorrow around climate change, around keeping our beautiful environment safe, our animals, our lands, our waterways safe. So I encourage you to explore, find yourself, create, make, but here at Flinders, you know, welcome to the future of innovation. Welcome to the future. Welcome to your future. And we hope you have a really wonderful year ahead and time with us. We hope it's rewarding for you, as I'm sure it will be for us and all of my colleagues. I could speak for them today. You know, we are absolutely delighted and humbled to be part of your journey. So welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Giselle. Couldn't have said it better. Very well done. So now we'll give you a few informations about the next steps, about your journey, about how to survive here. And very important people are your enrollment and course advisors.
Hello.
So one of them, wonderful Bill, will tell you a little bit about how to get around. Have you enrolled in your topics?
Yes.
Good. Well done. Good.
Right, thanks, Ingo. So yes, my name's Bill. I'm the enrolment and course advisor stationed at Tonsley, and I mainly look after the engineering, IT, and maths courses for the college. I have two other colleagues, Aaron and Jackie, and they're located at Bedford Park campus, and they mainly deal with the sciences. So you and I will get well acquainted over your studies here. As enrolment and course advisors, we're here to answer your enrolment questions and navigate some of the complexities about university. I mean, as you've gone through the enrolment process already, you would realise the systems are quite complex, a bit clunky sometimes, and even like just understanding your course rules can be quite challenging. So we're here to help interpret that for you and advise you on the right path. So I have three big tips for you for starting your studies. So one is to get familiar with your course rules. So your course rule is really the rules for your studies. So it details what topics you do, which semesters you do them in, how many electives you can do, things like that. It might also have other rules that you're not familiar with. So just for an example, if you're in a IT honours course, you can't actually commence to your honours until you've fully done all of your first 3 years. So there's just things like that that you should be aware of, because you don't want to catch you out, you know, you're at the end of your studies and you're not actually ready to graduate yet. The second would be to get familiar with study planners. So study planners are basically just an easy to digest format of your course rule that we prepare online for you. So if you haven't seen your study planner yet, you can just access them through the database on the website, or you can just email us in the college and we can send you a copy of them. It's quite good. And your
so Bill, sorry, I'll just jump in. So you can, as a student, me being a student, I can download this from the web.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah. So if you just Google Flinders study planners, it comes up with a database. For example, you just type up engineering and it will list all the engineering courses that we've made study planners for, and you can just access it as a PDF. So that is an excellent tool for just keeping track of your studies. You can tick off topics as you go. Yeah, it's just good to not get caught out. And then the third is using Ask Flinders. So Ask Flinders is a self-service portal of information regarding everything about student administration at Flinders. It's also the primary vehicle for you lodging requests. If you have, you don't know what topic to enroll into, you don't meet the prerequisites, how does that affect your studies, things like that. For international students specifically, it is critical that you enroll as per your study plan so that you finish in line with your visa and your confirmation of enrolment. Because if you don't, it creates issues down the track. If you can't finish on time with your visa, then, international compliance have to get involved. So please, if you're not sure what to enroll in, ask us and we will help you. And the final bit is we have drop-in course advice sessions at both campuses, so around 11:30 to 1 each day. You can just pop into the office, and if you have any questions, myself and the other course advisors at Bedford Park will be able to help you. So I will hand over to Eduardo from ISS. And
maybe there are some questions.
If there's any questions.
If there are any questions. No, I'll coming. Oh, you can. I'll translate the question.
Might be a bit early to textbooks.
Can we have some help on the textbooks?
Textbooks.
That's a very good question.
I think you'll find your textbook information in Flow or Canvas sites. So usually in your topic guides, at least that's where it was when I was studying. So yeah, if you haven't already, once you've enrolled, you get access to your Flow and Canvas sites about an hour after. So everything will be in there.
Yes, or ask your topic coordinators. Not all topics will actually have textbooks. I mean, there's one thing, and we'll probably come back to the alphabet or you need a Flinders dictionary, because we have topics, you have courses, you have study planner, you have programs of study, you have now Flow and Canvas. There's a lot of different words that you somehow have to learn.
I think there may be a glossary somewhere, but if not, if you have any questions about university technology, again, just contact the college and we'll be able to help. Any other questions?
Thank you.
Cool. Eduardo.
So Eduardo comes from the International Student Services and will tell us a little bit what they can do for it.
Yeah, sure. First off, I wanted to say thank you everyone for coming in today. I'm honored to be here. Can't remember when was the last time I saw so many people in a room before COVID, so it's good to see that we have bodies back on campus. My name is Eduardo. I work for the International Student Services Office, or ISS for short, and I'm just going to talk briefly about what we do. So the International Student Services can help you with any advice that you need on personal advice if you want to speak with someone. We are dedicated to international students and to support you guys to ease into the communities and to help you during your studies. So if at any point during your studies, we're basically here to support you. If you don't know where to go or who to contact, you can always come to us and we can guide you. Okay, so we can answer any general questions that you might have, or you can ask to meet with an international and student advisor such as myself if you want to discuss any personal or confidential matters, and we will connect you with the right services across the university and provide guidance for you. Among other things that you need to do and you need to know, if you're an international student, it is very important for you to complete your FISO, or your Flinders International Student Orientation. This will have more into detail information of what you need to do as an international student and what your requirements are as an international student. It also answers most of your questions in relation to work or visa rights as well. Besides supporting international students, we also run university-wide events that anyone can attend to. So we'll be having a couple of those events during this week. So on Friday, I wanted to invite everyone to our welcome event. If you're going to be on campus on Friday, please make sure you attend. That's going to happen on the main plaza from 11 until 3 p.m. So there's a QR code for you to register, and everyone is welcome. We'll be having students representative from all the international clubs. So it's a good chance for you to meet other students and get together with other international students and learn more about their culture and share some of their food and traditions, if you will. Then also we'll be running a South Australian bus tour on Saturday to Victor Harbour. This is mostly relevant to international students. I guess if you lived all your life here in Adelaide, you've already been to Big Harbour. So for international students, and everyone really is welcome. If you are interstate, you can also join, and if you've never been, I think there's some pretty good, there's a pretty good bakery down there. Yeah. Or Elliot, most of you would know it. Yeah, so, you know, if there's anything else you guys wanted to know about us, feel free to ask.
Good. Any other questions? I mean, yes, if you are coming from interstate or international, a very, very warm welcome. You are at the best place. I can say, I don't know if you could guess. Right? I'm not South Australian. I'm from Germany originally.
Your last name gave me a hint. Yes.
Yes, your last name definitely. So this is definitely the place to be. Good.
And we're running activities all year round. So an important advice to all students, not only to international students, is to always keep an eye on your student email and get used to using that student email, because that's where all the university information will go to. Thank you, everyone. Nice meeting you.
Thank you. So, right, these were tips and tricks from enrollments to make sure that you are set up. There's tips from international. And now let's hear what, right, if we ask some academics, you will see them, you'll have to work with them. But so maybe they can tell you something about what they think would be good for you to do. And I'll start with NASA, who is an engineer. And you will definitely see him if you study engineering. And yes, I have your slides. And then after NASA, we'll have Brett Wilkinson, who is in computer science and IT, to give his flavor of things to do.
Morning, everyone. I warmly welcome you to Tonsley at Flinders. And my pleasure to be with you, really a good turnout. I'm the teaching program director for engineering and design.
You have to sing.
Oh my God. So I'm the teaching program director for engineering and design, and I will see some of you which are in that degree after lunch. So please join us in level 1. We have some other arrangement for that. Now, there are lots of tips for academic success. I put them in 2 slides. One is about the courses and everything. The other one is about general life. Regular attendance in lectures and tutorials workshop is extremely helpful to learn new concepts and solve engineering problems. So don't assume that there's an online thing and you're going to watch the recorded video and you may do it a few weeks and then it will pile up on top of each other and you will simply lose the connection to the topic if you are not really engaged or attend. So please attend. That's an important part of your life. You are here for the main reason of studying. So attending and engaging the topic is an important thing. Check the flow pages of your topics regularly. There are lots of information on the flow, like lecture notes, assignment, deadlines, recording, and you need to submit everything in there. Some announcement come in there. Just look at them regularly. Aim to link theories you learn to real-world problems. Most of the things that you learn, and if you are studying engineering or IT, are related to the real-world problems. If you find the link between what you're studying and what is in the outside, that will make it much more enjoyable and you will learn a lot. One of the examples that my colleague Reza was telling me is that you are looking at, if there are structures and you find the way to calculate the forces. This is just simply the mathematics part of it. But in real world, there are many bridges and other things that are related to those things. Find those and link them to what you learn. Never hesitate to ask questions. I'm talking about asking questions in the lectures or even after. If you have a problem, don't say this looks like a stupid question. Even a stupid question, have got an answer. So please ask, and the more you ask, the more you'll be able to ask questions later on. And the more you ask, the more you'll learn. I think I'd rather mention this actually. Check your friend's email regularly. This is the official way of contacting you. If we want to find you, we never call you unless it's absolutely necessary. So we try to contact you with emails, and that's important. Please check them regularly. Some of them might be very important. Be aware of important dates. There are important dates in each semester that you need to be aware of. One of them is the last day, last day to enroll, which is at the end of the second week, which you can see it's 10 March for our year, semester. Census day, by the census day, if you are enrolled, you have to pay. Before that, you don't need to pay. So census day, everything is settled. So make sure that if you want to kind of come out of a topic, you want to drop it, do it before the census day. Last day to withdraw without fail. For some reason, you may not be doing well in a topic. Don't let it go and you get failed in the end. There is a date, which is 13 May, and you can drop the topic. You wouldn't get a fail, you will get a WN, and that will not count towards your GPA. But you have to pay for it anyway. You have already paid. There are many other days, but these are the main important ones, especially the last day to withdraw without fail. Ask help when you need it. Don't delay it. The sooner you ask for help, the better solution could be found. This could be your studying, could be other problems that are actually bothering you, you are concerned with. There are lots of support in the university, and even if you don't know what they are, simply ask. Ask us, ask the ISS, and they will help you to get there. Sorry, that should be asked. Ask for help from your course coordinator, your topic coordinator, your lecturer, your tutor, or any academics. I mean, there are many different people. Course coordinator, we call our the studies that you do, we call them topics. Some other universities call them course. We call courses as our degrees. So course coordinator are degree coordinators, topic coordinators, there could be different lecturers and tutors and any other people. If they don't know your answer, they will direct you to the right people. Please do it early. This is my last one. Enjoy your degree and what you learn. The more you enjoy from whatever you are learning, the better you will learn, really. One of the reasons that you hate something is because you don't know it. The moment you start knowing things, it becomes always enjoyable. It doesn't matter what. So make it enjoyable for yourself by understanding, and enjoyment brings more learning. Thank you very much. I'll see you after lunch.
Thank you very much, Nessa. Now let's see if Brett says something different.
I don't have
Hopefully
any
not.
fancy slides. Hello, everybody. I'm Brett Wilkinson. I'm the course coordinator for the MIT. I'm also course coordinator for the BIT Game Dev. So I'll probably see many of you in your first year and potentially towards your final years. For me, a lot of the stuff that Nasser said is applicable to everybody. He's got engineering highlighted there, but I think it's important for IT and mathematicians as well to sort of engagement. Engagement is the thing that I would stress the most. There's lots and lots of things that you're going to be wanting to do. There's lots of things that you've got competing work commitments, family commitments, outside commitments, and it's important to maintain a balance. The engagement with your topics is going to assist you, right? So that is attending your scheduled sessions. Some of you may have online lectures, some of you may have face-to-face lectures. Make the time to sort of engage with that material. The other thing that I don't know, I'm a bit different from Ingo. I've lived in Adelaide all my life. I actually started my degree here at Flinders. So I was in your sort of position back in 1997. And so I was going through exactly what you were going through. I came to university a bit later than a lot of school leavers. So I was out working and thought I can actually do more with my life than working in the supermarkets and that sort of thing. So I made the conscious choice to sort of come to university. And for me, I had a young family at the time as well. So for me, I needed to sort of make sure that I had success with what I chose to do. And so the engagement was the thing that sort of, kept me focused, kept me sort of on task. The other thing that I like to say as well, so many of you here are probably, fresh from year 12 or fresh from sort of, schooling. Use this opportunity. You've got 3 years to engage. 3 years to sort of, immerse yourself, not just in your topics, but in the whole university experience. Take that time. This is a place, as Giselle said, and I think Ingo has said as well, you're going to be able to make lifelong friends here who will be colleagues in the future, perhaps, or maybe competitors. I don't know, perhaps. We're as far as I'll do a bit of a spruik. As far as IT is concerned, we are in a massive shortfall for qualified IT professionals. So the jobs that are out there, you're going to be in demand. I think the same thing is true for engineering across all of the different disciplines, and also mathematicians as well. As I said, from an IT point of view, you will be in demand. Make the most of it. Engage, make some friends, engage with the facilities that we've got as well. So engage with the student societies, engage with FUSA and the other organisations that we've got here. Use the time that you've got. Look for the rewards that you can generate from this time that you've got. Aside from that, like I said, my key takeaway is, from an academic point of view, engage, show up. It's I'm not going to say it's hard to fail, but if you're engaging and you're working through the material, you're asking the questions, you're seeking support when needed, the chances of failing a topic is relatively low. All right, that's what we ask. We ask you to come and we ask you to engage. Okay, so like I said, engage, make use of the facilities, make use of the time you've got, and make some friends. All right, that's all.
Thank you. So Brett, I have one question for you.
Yes.
What do computers drink in a bar?
Oh, I'm not good with these sorts of jokes. I don't know. What do computers drink in the bar?
Screenshots.
Excellent.
So you remember what he said last? Make friends. And I really like to underline this. I still remember when I went to orientation, and yes, I got to know some people, and then next week come around, I go to the first lecture. I've seen you before. Great. So let's make some friends. So talk to the people next to you that you might not know. Introduce yourselves. I'll give you 3 minutes, and make the first friends. So keep on talking, but if you have a minute, grab your phones, grab your phone, go to menti.com, enter the number, and tell us how you feel. just grab your phone, go to menti.com, enter that number, and tell us how you feel. What does that mean? Is that a South Australian word? No. Oh. Oh, now I got it. Good, keep it going, keep it. So it's very good to see, right? You're excited, that's absolutely normal. You're nervous, it's absolutely normal. Right? If you're nervous, there's 100 other people that are very nervous. So don't be afraid of being nervous, it's good. You're not by yourself. Everybody is in the same boat and we'll somehow get through it. We will be able to do something about the hungry and thirsty. There will be lunch at some point, but that's pretty good. So see, you're not, I'll bring this back at the end. We'll see where we are. So once you've gone through this whole thing, right, once you've finished, you hopefully will get a job. And I thought, well, let's invite somebody who went through it. So thank you, Thomas, for coming. Thomas was one of our great students who spent quite a bit of time here at Tonsley and somehow still is being seen at Tonsley. But so Thomas, if you would be able to take the time machine, like going with our theme this year, and fly back a few years, would you do anything differently, or what did you learn?
Thanks, Ingo. Welcome, everyone. So my name is Thomas. I'll just give you a little bit of history about my journey through university. So I started in 2015, so well before COVID. All this remote learning, online stuff wasn't really a part of my uni experience. That came later for me when I was actually finished and working. So what I experienced was coming to uni every day, and what NASA and Ingo have said, making friends with literally the people in this session. When I went through, I stuck with the entire degree, and there were 5 core people that basically I went through with, and it was from this initial session. So it's quite a powerful one and important to really open up and introduce yourself, to get to know each other. So I started double degree biomedical engineering and Masters of Engineering with the honours as well. So 5 years, basically the same as a normal honours, but I just had an extra year of topics on top. And what that gave me was the opportunity to be a little bit more flexible, where I could choose some non-biomedical topics. So I actually stuck with NASA and did a few robotics specific topics. And that was something that I really, really enjoyed. So my top tip is, if you get any choice in your degree, choose the topics that you think you're going to enjoy, not the ones that you think are going to give you the highest grade. I made a couple of decisions where I went, I think I can do better in this topic than the one I actually wanted to do. And then I finished the semester and went, yeah, I got the grade I wanted, but I didn't really get the learning I wanted out of it. So my big recommendation is make sure that you make the degree your own, and you get to tailor it a little bit in the projects you choose, particularly down the end when you get to honours. That makes a big difference. Joining student clubs, even just approaching lecturers. And I think this is something that was really, really critical for me. In second year, I had David Hobbs was taking the engineering design class, and I recognised in some of the stuff that he was talking about, it was really, really interesting, specifically assistive technology and rehabilitation. So I approached him outside of class and said, hey, David, do you have a topic in this area or a project I can work on just to see what it's like? And that ultimately led to me doing my master's in rehabilitation assistive technology, combining music with respiratory rehabilitation. So I was trying to create a electronic device, an electronic trumpet, that would make lung therapy more exciting and engaging. So it combined a music passion that I had with a desire to try and create an engineering solution to help people with either a disability or recovering from a surgery. So that was something that only happened because I reached out and made connections with the lecturers, and they're so friendly and really do give you the time if you show the effort and you put in you have the drive and you show them that you're keen. And right now I'm currently working with 3 students, one being an honour student and then 2 being undergraduate students like yourselves who have just had a couple of topics they finished and are curious about different avenues of engineering. And those are the students that really shine in the end, because when they go to a job interview, they can say, yes, like all of my other classmates, I have this degree, but I've also done this project and this project and this one. And that means that I can learn faster. You show that you're more adaptable. You show you're willing to put the effort in. So those are really critical things. And they lead to great opportunities as well. So through these connections, I was able to go to Singapore for my placement. So as you might be aware, we do 20-week engineering placements, and some of those can be international. So I spent 5 months away, first time living away from family with 5 of my uni mates, and it was an incredible experience. And then straight into that, did my master's. So that was really cool. Once I finished, I went into data science. So this is another example that you don't need to stick to the degree that you studied in the workplace. So I went into it with an open mind and basically tried something new. I really enjoyed programming. I actually had Brett as my first year programming lecturer, and went, I like it. I like biomed, but I'm not sure how this is all going to land. Machine learning, still up and coming, but back 2 or 3 years ago, even more novel and new. So I jumped right in, did work in the agricultural space, the defense space, the mining space, and really, really enjoyed all of that. But after 2 years, I miss the biomedical component, and that's ultimately what brought me back to Flinders to do my PhD. Now, before I applied to do a PhD, I was deciding which uni to go to. Adelaide is good for defence specifically, and then quite a lot of the other engineerings as well. But I didn't know if it was the best for health, and I knew that Melbourne was really good for health, biomedical precincts, and that kind of idea. But then after speaking to some of the lecturers here, I realised how valuable supervisors are, and this is something where I already had a lot of trust for the academic staff within Flinders Uni, and I'd worked as a student ambassador, I'd worked as a tutor as well, so I had the confidence that I'd be able to kind of slide back in. And I know it sounds really cliche, but for the first 2 weeks, just seeing the lecturers again was really, really nice and comforting, and it felt like coming back to one of the most welcoming environments that I've experienced. So that was why I decided to come back to Flinders specifically. And in terms of my project, I'm continuing the music theme, but now looking at virtual reality for stroke rehabilitation. So taking that same passion of trying to enable somebody with a disability to create music, but then also trying to work it into a way that improves quality of life through encouraging and gamifying rehabilitation. So there's a big serious games aspect to my research. There's a big programming aspect, and then there's working with sensors. So I've got the VR headset, looking at accelerometer data and rotational data to try and do different sorts of mappings of different limbs. And across all of the projects I've done, there's been a little bit of electronics in there. And that's basically where I've found my passion is. I enjoy programming something physical, something that I can see move, something that has a sensor that I can interact with, and then having that be outputting for a health purpose. So my main takeaway and advice is explore, experiment, try something you haven't done before. It is hard when you know nothing about what the area you're going into is, but you may find that starts a spark that you then go, this is it, this is the one, this is where I want to go. And also in terms of experimentation, you guys have all done school, you've got your study habits pretty well defined, but this is still a chance where you can experiment different ways of what's working for you. So I found note-taking helped me, not because I then go back and review the notes, but I found if I didn't write anything and go, the slides are online, I'll look at them when I get home, I never did, and then I didn't pay as much attention in lectures. So some people find physically writing is better than writing on a laptop. Some people find that they can listen, just absorb, and then go home and kind of that sits with them. So it's all individual, and yeah, the way that you define it is what's going to work for you. Now, Ingo, do we have any questions, or do you want me to keep talking?
If there are any questions, thank you very much. I think that's always very helpful to see retrospectively how you got through. But no, if there are no questions, well, thank you very much. So we've heard from the academics, we heard from somebody who went through it, but that's boring. Let's really ask the people that do it now. So I'll invite a few current students to the front, and they will tell us a bit the important things, right? Where's the best toilet? Where's the best food? Where's the best coffee? So if you could just briefly introduce yourself, give us your top survival tip, and then we might have some questions.
My name's Simon. I'm a biomedical engineering student. I'm in my 3rd year and yet to find my survival tip. But you know, I think the word engage came up several times by a lot of people, and I think that, to be honest, you've got to figure out what that looks like for you. You know, everyone has a different idea of what engage means, but if you can open, flow, and engage, and every single time you feel that you need to contact someone, don't hesitate, just do it. Don't hover over and go, they don't want to hear from me. So yeah, just absolutely engage and figure out what that looks like for you. So that's my tip.
That's it.
Well, we come back to you.
Yeah, I'll think about it.
Hi, everyone. My name is Mian. I'm from Hong Kong. I'm an international student. It's very hard for me at the very beginning because it's been like 10 years. I haven't even touched a course, or anything about lecture. So coming back, school environment, university and all that, it's very different. Having a sort of a career already and then moving back on here. I think some of you are having a similar journey as well. So I would say my advice is, of course, always ask, but I used to be an introvert, but obviously you can see now I'm more like an extrovert. So talk to people. Don't just, ask questions about things, about lecture things, but it could be personal things, because this is the journey that sort of shines, and this is where it all begins. And you'll find all the friends that, that you will keep in contact with for the next 20, 30 years.
Yeah, sure.
Or the thing that I like the most about Tonsley is that it's free parking.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah, hi, guys, my name is Sahil, probably the loudest, so I'll just keep it down. So I'm doing Master of Engineering in Mechanical Engineering. My best survival tip, it's coming from a person who's doing 4th professional course. It's my 2nd master's, so best thing to do as an international student or domestic student is listen to your lecturers. I've seen so many people falling asleep in the class, but I would say be efficient. Look, if you're doing study on your own, you have to spend a week on the same topic. Just listen to your lecturer. They're giving you the summary. They're just giving you the gist of it. So be lazy, be efficient, listen to the lecturer's tips, jot it down, take notes, record the lecture if the lecturer give you permission to. Okay, so that'll help you with survival, because these people here at Tonsley, what I find the most different and most important thing is they have experience. They are not just people who just done their PhD and start teaching. They have real life experience. Please gain from it. And your college, of course, it's not a school. So how much good homework you do, yes, it matters, but not too much. Learn, connect, talk. It's a group effort. You're stuck anywhere, ask question. If you see any of us around, just ask us. Okay, we can't give you all the answer, but we can definitely direct you because it could be overwhelming. So keep it simple. Listen to your lecturers. They're giving you summaries. Don't sleep in the class, have some coffee. It'll get you by. And we have nice coffee shop here, starting from 6 a.m. Yeah, so feel free to have some coffee.
Hi everyone, my name's Zach. I'm going to my second year, so I'm doing software engineering and cybersecurity as a combined degree. So I bother Bill a lot. Basically, I think survival tips. I'm a very organized person, and I think with uni it helps to be. So making sure you're staying on top. I think one of the main differences between school is the lecturers don't chase you up for assignments. They don't, or some of them do, the nice ones do, but not all of them will come with you a few days before it's due and say, hey, make sure this is in. All of them will have it on flow or on Canvas, tell you it's due, but won't follow it up. So you gotta make sure that you are active and proactive in it. And not only just doing your assignments, making sure you take advantage of everything FUSA and the uni has to offer socially as well. So not just sitting in your room or in study spaces all day and just studying away, just making sure you're getting out and making the most of the uni. So obviously here at Tonsley, it's a bit more compact. There's not as much space to spread out as there is at Bedford, like with the tavern and all that. But when they run maybe like trivia nights or quiz nights, those kind of things, it's worth popping up and showing your face around, meeting some people, and just making the most of everything. Yeah.
Good, thank you. Do we have any questions? And if you ask a question, you get a free coffee. I'll grab a microphone. If you are happy to talk into the microphone.
Hello. So I had a question. So how do you balance your intensive study and your life?
How much time do you spend studying?
Okay, so basically I'm doing study, internship, and work at the same time. As Zach has already told us, it's all about organization. Yes, study, you have to spend time, but you need to develop your own method. Okay, so basically I give like 25% time to the study, 25% to the internship, 25 to the work, and rest 25 is for your mindfulness, which is very, very important. I have been engaging through FUSA. We have library there. We have so many resources at Bedford campus. And if you are a nature person like me, we have the most wonderful, I'm sorry if I'm hurting anybody, we have the most wonderful campus. And we are in the mother nature. So please, please, if you're feeling low, just look out the window, go to the 5th floor, just look out the window. It's beautiful here. You can't jump. We took care of it. We sealed everything. You can jump off.
Other questions? There. Oh, come. Oh. So for these online and in the other lecture theatre that might not have heard it, what clubs are there and how do we find them?
Yeah, so some of you might have seen me at Bedford yesterday. I'm a part of the computer side of the uni. Basically, if you can think of it, there's a club for it. And if it's not, you can make your own club. So FUSA, which is the Student Association of the uni, is run by students, but funded by the uni itself. So they offer lots of funding and availability for clubs to run. So there's lots of sports and social clubs, as well as academic societies. So myself, I'm in the computer society, and I'm members with the Society of Engineers, the Math Society. There's a lot of academic associations. So if you go on the FUSA website, you can search up FUSA clubs or something like that, and there's a whole list of them. As like a cappella groups, a whole like range. And again, if there's not there, you can make your own club in basically anything you want. So with academic clubs, they run things like exam support, study support, and social things as well. So lots of clubs run things like pub crawls. Upcoming in March, bit of shameless plugging here, but upcoming March, all the science and engineering is running a ball. So that's between Fuse, Flask, and Computer Society. And just, yeah, lots of different clubs for different purposes, depending on what you want. So
I would recommend this week, right? Orientation is today for you here, but orientation is the whole week. So spend some time up at Bedford Park, and the clubs have booths, and you can.
So that's Monday through Wednesday. So
yeah.
today and tomorrow.
Go tomorrow.
Yeah. So
You're busy
there's
here today.
lots of free stuff they're handing out as well at Bedford, so make sure you take advantage of that.
Okay, more questions? So I'll come back to you afterwards.
First, want a free coffee. So here, this is more for you. Do you know when did internships become available for you? Would you be able to get them going into first year or halfway through, or is that something you can find later on usually?
See, depend. There are prerequisites for the internship, and there's a good reason for it. You need to complete some kind of engineering management course first, and also you need to be done your work health and safety courses and stuff. So there are mini courses and prerequisites which you have to go through first before you can get the internship. For me, it was available in the second semester. So because I'm doing masters, so that's my second year. But I think any bachelor students can let you know more.
Yeah, I would say talk to your course coordinators as well.
Yeah.
There's
Talk
plenty
to your
of
course
them, yes.
coordinators. But if you want like external internship as well, your lecturers can also help you with that. Because I am doing one internship under the Flinders program now, but one of the lecturers suggested me to do external one, which I had done on my behalf. From another company. So there are a lot of opportunities. This is the golden time. You guys are the lucky ones.
Good. Here's the question over here.
What is the best way to get back and forth from Tonsley and the Bedford Park campus?
Yeah,
That's a good question.
The free shuttle, yeah. So it's running about every 15 minutes. There's 2 shuttles for Tonsley specifically. So near the autonomous bus area, there's like a little green paint on the ground and a park bench. It's a big bus with yellow tape stickers on the side, and it says Tonsley Express, or Tonsley Loop, I think. Free bus, you take your student card, tap on, tap off, and it's a 15-minute ride between here and Bedford. If you're that way inclined, you can also walk to Bedford. It's about half-hour walk, but I wouldn't recommend that if you need to get classes quickly. So, but it's not a big deal switching between campuses. It's just something you need to keep in mind when you're making your timetable.
You can ride your bike. We have one question over here.
And just to top up with the going from one campus to another campus, guys, please download Bus Minder app. You can literally track where the bus is. It will be very, very helpful. Yeah, next.
So you talked about your prerequisites for the internship. So I'm just wondering about what kind of prerequisites would you like to, suggest, as well as how was your personal first-time experience in the internship over here?
Yeah, I don't think so. I get the whole question, but I think it was how to get internship, right?
Well, what are the prerequisites?
Prerequisites. So basically, this you have to talk to your course coordinators.
I think we have an expert down here who can tell us.
Yeah, we have one for enrollment. Yeah, there you go.
So your prereqs will usually be for both IT and engineering a certain amount of units. So generally it's to make sure that you're in your 3rd year of studies, and then for engineering students, you need to have done engineering management and the workplace preparation topic. For IT students, you just need to do workplace preparation. But yeah, it's ensuring that you're not going on to your placement, at the start of your 2nd year where you don't actually have that core knowledge and you're out in the workforce and you actually can't do anything in industry. So around 3rd year, as long as you're completing your topics as usual, is when you'll satisfy the prerequisites.
Let me ask Annie if we have any questions in the other lecture theatre. Maybe she can. And you already have a voucher.
I do, but I just want to ask about mental health support.
Okay, mental health support. Yes, we have health and counseling is there. So there's special setup where you can go. It's at Bedford Park. You can make an appointment, go. It's all available for you there. And there are more and more, there are counselors for you to talk to. So I have a last question down here.
And just to add, we also have a prayer room here as well, which you can book for meditation or any other activities.
Thank you. Could you recommend any restaurant in Bedford or Tonsley? Each one of this.
Food is important.
See, food is important, especially when you're doing engineering. You need a comfort, but don't go too deep. You end up, okay? Yeah, there are, I think the pods we have here are sufficient enough. But if you are at Bedford, please go try Subway. We have Thai food. We have a number of options. Plus, we have a lot of restaurants nearby. and I mostly Uber. That's my perk. But yeah, we also have a lot of student discounts as well. Be sure to go through like uni days. Yeah, uni days, you'll get a lot of discounts there. Being a student, it opens a lot of doors for you. For example, like engineering softwares and stuff. Companies are paying like $20,000 for a software, which with Flinders you can get it for free. There are perks. Buying Apple laptops and stuff, you'll get discount with your uni card. So yeah, we'll talk about it later. I'll take a lot of time otherwise.
No,
yeah, next question, please.
No questions from okay. So thank you very much. These students will take you on a tour in a few minutes. So you'll have time to ask questions more intimately without anybody hearing. But definitely, I mean, it looks to me, everybody said ask questions and really ask questions. So thank you very much. Thank you. Now, if you're a computer scientist or mathematician, stay awake, we'll be fine. This is a little bit for engineers, but we'll be fine.
Thank you very much, Ingo. Welcome, everybody. My name is Lucy Riley. I'm the Student and Graduate Engagement Manager for Engineers Australia. You'll see me a lot over your years of studies, and then working through, once you get into industry, I continue to engage with graduates as well who've come through from engineering. Just a brief bit of background, I'm really here to explain to you today the benefits and who we are and what you can I guess the products and services you can access through your membership with Engineers Australia. So Engineers Australia, we're the peak professional body for engineers. We set the standards in the profession. So every couple of years, every university nationally goes through an accreditation process to make sure the degrees you're studying are up with those standards that we set. So part of studying engineering, you get to be able to access the free student membership that we provide. And then once you're a student member, then that gives you access to a range of resources that you can access to support you on your career journey while you're studying engineering, and then through once you enter the profession as well. I heard quite a few questions coming through just now about internships. One of the benefits that we do have that you can access is an internship hub. Obviously, through uni, you've got access through your careers centre as well, and different information that you can access there. But you can, our internship hub, we have on there different companies that take on interns in engineering. We've got students talking about their experiences and the benefits that they've gained from doing an internship, some resources that you can access to help you prepare and understand what to expect. That's a little bit down the track, as you've heard today, but it's certainly good to start to recognise and have it on the radar that that's what you'll be working towards as part of your degree. I do work with all the universities, the 3 universities here in TAFE in South Australia, and I really do have a soft spot for Flinders. Congratulations on choosing your degree and pursuing it here. I see, you know, as we heard before, each university offers something different and all really good courses, but to be able to come onto the campuses here at Flinders and see what you have access to do and the lecturers, and it is such a fantastic community. So I really do encourage you to engage with that and build your network, start to attend those social events, and to remember that you're here to study your degree. You have to do that to get the job and to pursue your career, but also to help support you along the way are those friendships that you're going to make and those professional connections. A lot of what you can do, we do a lot of different events, social events and workshops to help with those soft skills. You'll hear that more as you come through, and that's the complementary side to the technical part of your degree. So how to build a network, how to build a personal brand, those different things that will set you aside from everyone else that's studying the same course. Those that are not in engineering, I encourage you to find out the equivalent of your professional body. There will be someone there that can support you, and you can access the similar sort of things. Some of the events we do open up to invite others along as well on campus, so you are able to and welcome to come along and join those. I would like to just introduce quickly, I know we've just got a little bit of time, but we do have student ambassadors. I've got 5 students studying engineering who represent Engineers Australia on campus here at Flinders. So today I have Dilip and Natasha. You'll be able to come across, I know tomorrow they've got a booth over at Bedford. You can come along, have a chat a bit more personally, find out about their career journey as an engineer, their experiences to where they are. They are studying engineering, so they can be able to help you with a lot of that information. Also on the booth, we'll have some giveaways that you can come along and access, but I welcome you to have a chat and, as I said, try and get across there and meet with all the other clubs and societies, because it's a great way to engage. I might just pass over to Dilip just to say a couple of words from a student perspective, so you can hear his thoughts as well.
Perfect. Thank you, Lucy, for doing that amazing little speech. I think that, I mean, I've spent yesterday, I've recognized a few faces in the crowd. Thank you for whoever came and said hello to our booth at Bedford. But I think Lucy's covered the main points. EA is a professional body. So essentially, you guys are students. You're studying to be engineers, people in the IT space. So for a little bit of context, I'm across both fields. I do a Bachelor of Robotic Engineering with honors, and I'm also doing a Bachelor of Computer Science, majoring in Artificial Intelligence. So I get to see a bit of both the IT and the engineering side. And essentially, it's really, really good to connect with us from the very beginning. I know I spoke to a few of you, and you guys were very interested about internships. And that's a really, really good space. You get to work with companies and mainly work on your professional development. And the best thing that you can sort of do in your free time is work on your professional brand yourself. You know, as an engineer, you get to know a lot of technical skills, but you as an individual are also very important. Companies want to employ you for your soft skills, for your personality, you know, for what you bring to the table, not necessarily just for your technical knowledge. Because for the most part, you guys will all graduate with very similar experiences, with very similar knowledge. So what would help you stand out from the crowd? What helps you stand out as an engineer and as an individual? So that's where EA comes in. We can help you sort of organize a resume, LinkedIn, and all that sort of nitty-gritty stuff that university doesn't necessarily cover through. Plus, we also give you a lot of opportunities to network. This is a really good one. I can see a lot of people in the crowd, as well as we have another lecture theatre that's also getting full from what I hear. So there's a lot of students around you that are going to go through very similar experiences. Exchange details, you know, just talk to them, make friends. It doesn't really hurt. You also have amazing lecturers around the room. I can see some familiar faces. I've spoken to most of them, and they are very, very lovely. Seriously, just go say hi. They were students once as well, so they totally understand how you guys feel. But essentially, just network. That's one of the biggest things that you sort of need to do passively at uni, and it does come naturally if you just talk to people. It's not something you have to go out of your way to do. If you engage, not necessarily just in your classes, but also with people and, you know, talk to those around you, but also come to our events. We give you the opportunity to put yourself out there in the limelight. Employers, companies come to our events looking for talent. If you want to organize an external internship, not necessarily for your placement, but for something in your second year over the summer break or your third year, or some companies are looking for a casual intern to employ while they study. So I've got a couple of friends who have that opportunity, and they're already working as sort of casual engineers while also completing their degree. So essentially just talk to people. I'll give it to Natasha to speak a few words.
Hey everyone, I'm Natasha. So I'm studying the Bachelor of Mechanical Engineering with the Master of Biomedical. So I started at Engineers Australia, came to a few events. It's a really great place to meet some people. Like look around you, you've got like all your friends here today. You can start meeting more people, meet professionals as well. It's a really great place to build friendships and get involved professionally and build your professional network. Thank you.
Thank you both very much. Just before I wrap up and hand back to Ingo, I just wanted to mention, as Natasha and both Dilip said, come along to the events. Natasha got into the role of being a student ambassador. Everyone had to apply. There are a lot of applications that came through, and we had 5 positions available for Flinders. But Natasha would come to the events, and I just got to know Natasha by seeing her face, and we didn't always get to speak, but I got to recognise, oh, she came to the breakfast last week. Oh, she's in the LinkedIn workshop that I've run here over at Bedford campus. Oh, there's Natasha. I've seen her again. So I've gone to have a chat with her. And so sometimes it can be a bit tricky to start to step out of your comfort zone and attend those things that you're not sure who you're going to speak to and what to talk about. But if you just simply rock up, it does start to get more comfortable, and you're getting your face out there, and it's all supporting you on the way to building those connections to get the internship and eventually your graduate position. We do have an event coming up just on here in terms of opportunities to meet industry contacts. I know you're just starting out. It's something that you sort of feel is a little way off. If you did just want to come along, it's a free event at the convention centre. It's our own careers fair. So we've got 19 companies already registered. They're still rolling through, all recruiting for graduate engineers, but it's just a chance to come along and start to hear and have yourself out in the profession to hear what companies are recruiting for what graduates and what opportunities they have, and to just get a bit of a feel for things. You don't have to look for anything, but it's just an opportunity to start knowing, being familiar with the market and what companies are out there recruiting. So feel free to register, but otherwise, once again, congratulations, and I wish you all the best, and I look forward to seeing you on campus around when we come to do different workshops, and look forward to chatting and getting to know you all more then. Thank you, Ingo.
Thank you. Good. So we're basically at the end of this session for today. So you've learned a lot. There was probably already information overflow. There's more to find. There's Ping, which is a newsletter that you'll get. Flinders University is on all the different social channels. So what are we doing now? So there will be guided tours now around the campus from the student ambassadors. These are the people in the white t-shirts. They will grab you outside and somehow divide you into groups. That should take about 40 minutes or so. Then there will be lunch at the same spot where you registered. You will take care of those people that are very hungry. And then from 12:30 on, we'll get you back and you'll meet basically in your disciplines. Now, we'll say that again, but if you are studying engineering, any flavor of engineering, you'll be on the first floor. You just have to walk up the stairs, and then there is a big room where you will meet. Everybody else, so if you do computer science, math, IT, that will be back in here. There's also another session at 2:30, Sam, about defense, electronics, radar stuff. Some of you are probably registered already for that. I'm pretty sure people can come along. So that will also happen. My last question. How does one train hear another train? The engineers. Good. So thank you for coming. Thank you for the people over there. Thank you for the people online. If you go outside, there will be ambassadors to meet you.